Hey, Rex, it's your grandma. How's my favorite boy doing today?
Hey, Grandma. You don't have to tell me your name every time, you know? It pops up when you message me, so I'll still know it's you even if you don't tell me.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I'm still not used to this Peeps Messenger app. Modern technology is just amazing when you think about it.
You type really fast for someone who's not used to it.
I've always been really good with my hands. I was quick back when the first mobile phones came out, too.
Flip phones, right? Now we're talking dinosaur times.
Hey, watch your mouth, cheeky. You know, I'm really glad we can talk like this. It feels a lot more personal than email, almost like a real conversation.
I never really use email.
Now that you mention it, even that's becoming a thing of the past for you young people these days, isn't it? The world changes fast. There was a time when telephones and emails was all we had.
Did you and your friends email each other when you were at school?
Dear, people didn't even have computers when I was in school, let alone mobile phones. I was an adult when they came out.
Wow, really? So, how did you spend your free time?
Just because we didn't have phones or computers doesn't mean we couldn't have fun. We made our own entertainment.
I used to play outside before Mom bought me a phone, but if I didn't have my phone now, I don't know what I'd do.
Technology or no technology, you can find ways to have fun wherever you are. You just have to use your imagination. Have you heard the phrase, variety is the spice of life before? It means that life's more exciting when you do lots of different things. You'll get bored eventually if you just play on your phone all the time.
Wow, really? I didn't know that one. You're actually a lot of fun to talk to, Grandma.
I enjoy talking to you too, Rex. I can really feel the generational gap when we speak, and I find it fascinating. I always leave our chats feeling refreshed. Plus, I can stay up to date on what's fashionable among you younglings these days.
You like new things, right? I think that's rare for a grandma.
The only reason I have an interest in the latest trends is because I'm lucky enough to have a grandson who always keeps me up to date on them. I have you to thank. Even back before we spoke online like this, we'd speak for hours when you came over to my house a few times a week.
Yep. Our old house used to be near yours, so I could come whenever I wanted, but it's been hard for me to come see you ever since Mom and Dad split up.
Right. Are you used to living with your mom yet? How are things?
Yep, I'm used to it. Things are going okay. I think it'd be cool if I could still see you and Dad sometimes, though. Dad's gonna marry his new girlfriend, so I don't think I'll be able to see him again.
Why should that stop you? You can still see him if you want to.
But it's gonna be hard for us to meet up.
Oh, is it? How's middle school these days? Do teachers keep you busy?
Yeah, it feels like I'm 100 times busier than I was in elementary school. I have to study at home a lot now, and then there's homework on top of it.
I can't believe you're already in your second year. Oh, how time flies. How does it feel to know you have juniors there already?
It feels like I'm growing up. I sometimes help out teaching the first year kids in gym class.
Wow, you do? That's amazing. Your teachers must really trust you. When did you get so grown up all of a sudden? I bet you're always out playing with your friends, right? Be careful you don't get involved in any accidents.
It's fine. I don't really go out to play that often anyway.
But middle school is when everyone starts to go out to play together, right? Don't you go out for food with your friends? Or out to play baseball? You know, things like that.
Not really.
No, you don't? Why is that?
I'm too busy with my after-school clubs and homework. I don't have time to go out to play.
But all work and no play makes a Jack a dull boy. It's important to have fun sometimes. If you can't play when you're young, when can you? You're only young once, you know.
I can enjoy my youth at school.
But playing outside with your friends is a different kind of fun. Not only that, but the amazing memories you create with your friends now will stay with you forever. I want you to make so many exciting memories that you always have something fun and interesting to look back on when you grow up.
I'll think about it.
Do that.
Are you worried about me, Grandma? Do you feel anxious because I'm not close by anymore?
I'm always worried about you, Rex. You're my precious grandson. I can't help it. Look after yourself, sweetie.
I will. You look after yourself too, Grandma.
Rex, is everything okay lately?
What do you mean?
Your dad told me about what you said to him. Apparently, you asked him for some pocket money? That's not like you.
Oh, he told you?
I was very surprised. I've never known you ask for money before. Never mind money. You never asked for anything. I couldn't help but feel curious. Is everything okay? What did you need the money for?
Everything's fine.
Is someone extorting money out of you?
Extorting? What's that? Like stealing? No way, it's nothing like that. I just didn't have enough money.
Really? Hey, Margaret. Long time no see. It's me, Joanne. Oh, hi there, Joanne. It really has been a while. Sorry if Rex made you worry. It looks like you heard about him asking his dad for money. I can tell you now, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. It wasn't for anything big. I'm so relieved to hear that, dear. I was worried he might be in some kind of trouble. He's a nightmare, I tell you. Ever since he moved up to middle school, he's been doing nothing but hanging out with his friends. One day, they'll be going out for hamburgers, the next tacos, then they'll be spending the day at Peep Donald's. He spends money like it grows on trees. I told him he'd run out, but, of course, being as stubborn as he is, he didn't listen, which is why he ended up taking his dad for some pocket money. Really? That's strange. He told me he doesn't go out much. He said his schedule's filled up with his after-school clubs and studies. Don't tell me you believed him. He was lying so you wouldn't be mad at him. He's always out with his friends, just like most kids are when they're in his age. That's great. I was starting to worry. I'm pleased to hear that he's going out doing kid stuff. Obviously, it's not ideal that he's spending so much money, but kids will be kids, right? I know they don't have much sense of a value of money at that age, but I'm gonna struggle if he doesn't rein it soon. Of course, we tell him that, but it's like it goes in one ear and out of the other. Ooh, his first rebellious phase. Color me surprised. He really must be growing up. You might have not realized, but he's always on his best behavior when you're around, but he can be a real Torak sometimes. I'd appreciate if you could have a word with him about it at some point. You know, now that you mention it, Darryl went through his first rebellious phase when he was that age. I never understood why, but boys always seem to be more disobedient with their moms. That is so true. I've been thinking the same thing lately. He was nowhere near as bad with Daryl. I'm exhausted enough to work without having an unruly 12-year-old to deal with on top of this. What are you doing for work these days? I work in the office at an insurance company. Things are super hectic because we are understaffed, but the pay's too good for me to quit. I'm always in desperate need of cash with Rex to look after, so I've been putting in some serious hours lately. I trust my son doing his part to help you out with the finances. If you're ever struggling and feel like things are getting too much, I want you to know I'll always be here to help out. Yeah, Daryl's helping. He pays me child support, remember? Thanks, Margaret. That means a lot. If things get any tighter, I'll reach out. You're the best mother-in-law in the world. I don't want to over-rely on you, though, so I really will only say anything if I'm desperate. Of course. I'm rooting for you, Joanne. If anyone can do this, it's you.
Grandma, I need to talk to you about something.
Huh? Rex, why so serious? Is everything okay?
Well, can I have $200? I promise I'll pay you back. Please?
What? What on earth could you need $200 for? That's a lot of money, Rex. Did you want to get a new game console or something?
It's not that. It's for the school field trip.
Huh? Wait, what? The school field trip? You mean your mom can't give you it?
We don't have any money left.
But your mother's been working so hard lately. Did she splash out on something big?
Well, Grandma, promise you won't get mad, okay? It's my fault. We don't have any money left because I hang out with my friends too much.
Really?
Mom told you before, right?
Well, she did, but I didn't know she spent that much. You mean you've been spending so much money that you can't even afford to go on your field trips anymore?
Yep,
That just can't be.
it can, and it is. It's true, Grandma. You're the only person I have to rely on. I didn't know what else to do.
But you're not that kind of boy.
You don't know me anymore. I'm different now. I changed a lot since I moved up to middle school.
I believe in you, Rex, and I refuse to believe you're capable of being so irresponsible. You are not that kind of boy. I knew it. I had a feeling something suspicious was going on. This just confirms it.
Something suspicious? What do you mean?
You used to go out to play with your friends all the time. And after schools on the weekends back before your mom and dad divorced. It seems strange to me that when they separated and you moved up to middle school, you suddenly stopped going out and started spending all of your time at after-school clubs and doing homework. Then there was the whole thing with you asking your dad for pocket money. What's going on here, Rex? There must be a reason for all of this. I want you to know that you can tell me anything.
But my mom told you about how I'm always out hanging with my friends, right? Don't you believe her?
It's not that I don't believe her. It's that I can't believe her because I know you're not like that. Won't you tell me what's going on?
There's no money left.
What does that mean?
Mom doesn't make any money. All she does is go out with her friends all day, every day. She hardly works at all.
But how are you two supposed to get by if she's not working? You are getting by, aren't you?
No, the gas and electric got turned off. Even the water goes off sometimes, Grandma. Do you believe me?
Of course I do. Are you eating properly?
When I get home from school, there's always a pile of coins left on the living room table. I use that to buy my breakfast and dinner from the store. As for lunch, I eat that in the school cafeteria.
A pile of coins? How much?
Usually about $5.
You eat breakfast and dinner on $5 a day? There's no way such a partly amount can be enough to satisfy the heart appetite of a growing child.
I don't think Mom knows I need more food since I went up to middle school. She seems to think I'll be okay with elementary school-sized portions. She doesn't care about me.
But how can this be happening? Your mom should be getting child support payments from your dad every month. She should have more than enough to feed you properly. Do you know whether she's getting the money?
Really? My dad sends Mom money? I had no idea. She probably spends it all on alcohol. Our house is full of empty wine bottles and beer cans.
Oh my God, Rex. You must be perpetually hungry.
Things have been tough lately. I'm always tired because I have to do my debt collector job.
Your debt collector job? What the devil does that mean?
Mom said I have to find people who will lend us money. She said people are more likely to give it to me because I'm a little kid and they'll feel sorry for me.
What in God's name? Wait, is that why you asked your dad for pocket money?
Yeah, Mom told me to. But the trouble is, as soon as I do get any money, Mom spends it right away. So no matter how hard I work, we're always poor. That's why I can't afford to go on the field trip, and I really, really want to go, so I asked you.
You mean your mom won't pay?
She told me to forget about it. She said if I'm so desperate to go, I need to come up with the money myself somehow. She said there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Wow, I finally understand why you don't go out with your friends that much. You can't afford to, can you? You poor thing. You did the right thing in telling me about all of this. I think you're very brave and I'm proud of you.
I couldn't tell my dad. Mom says he's getting remarried soon. If I told him, it'd cause him nothing but trouble.
Whether he's getting remarried or not, he's your dad and you should talk to him. You can't carry on living with your mom if things are this dire.
But my dad has a new girlfriend now. I don't want to get in their way.
Get in their way? Don't be silly, Rex. You're his son. You can never be in his way. Listen to me. If you go and live with your dad, I can help you. If that's not possible, You can come and live with me.
I'm scared. I think Mom's gonna be mad with me for telling you all this, but I don't care. Because I really, really want to go on this field trip. Plus, I want to go for hamburgers with my friends after school sometimes too. I want to play and hang out like everyone else, but I always have to drop out whenever they do anything that costs money. I feel so left out. I just want to do normal kid stuff.
Oh my god, you poor, poor thing. Everything's going to be okay now, sweetie. Leave it with me. We're going to have you out playing with your friends before you know it. Margaret? Rex is missing. I found a goodbye note on the table. Is he with you? Yes, he is. I came and took him while you weren't there. Daryl's been made aware of the situation, and he's on his way as we speak. He was starving when I came to collect him, so I treated him to all of his favorites as soon as we got back. I'm grateful for you feeding him, but please, you can't just take him whenever you feel like it. You need to talk to me first. I was so worried. I wouldn't have to if you fed him properly. He told me everything. I know all about how you spend most of your time out drinking with your girlfriends. You hardly work at all, do you? What? That's not true at all. Did Rex tell you that? Yes, he did. I believed him when he told me, but I knew for sure he was telling the truth when I came to collect him and saw the diabolical state of your house. Mountains of trash everywhere, random piles of leftovers, files, maggots, empty wine bottles and beer cans strewn over the floor. I've seen cleaner pigsties. Not only that, but your postbox was full of debt collections, letters and notices of unpaid utility and tax bills. Oh, and it would appear your bank account's totally empty. My bank account? How did you see my bank account? I picked a letter at random and read all about how your balance is zero, and you owe hundreds of dollars in overdraft. You've been living the high life on Darlin's child support payments, haven't you? That money was supposed to be for Rex. What the hell would you had me do? I'm a single mother. Do you have any idea how hard it is to raise a boy on your own? Get off your high horse. So what if I let my hair down with my girlfriends every now and then? What's the problem? You act like I'm some kind of criminal. Go on. How are you going to justify sending Rex out to collect money to fund your diabolical lifestyle? This should be good. You've got some nerve, woman. You told me you didn't want to overly rely on me. And yet, there you were sponging off my son the whole time like some shameless parasite. Back off, Margaret. I work, so Rex has a duty to bring money in too. He's the man of the house, and he'll be doing it for real one day. So what's the harm in him learning how to support a household from a young age? Your 12-year-old son does not have a duty to support you financially while you go out getting wasted. If you're not capable of looking after him on your own, you have no right to be a mother. Darylyn will be taking full custody. Over my dead body. Besides, he's getting remarried to his new girlfriend soon. Like hell am I gonna let some smelly bimbo play mommy to my Rex? He's not having him. He said himself he'll be taking him in. He said he's willing to take you to court if that's what it takes. Do you really think you have a hope in hell's chance of winning if this goes before a judge after what you did? It could be more obvious that you're financially incapable of bringing up a child. Does my son get to say in this? Did Rex say at any point that he wants to live with his dad? Did he? Well, because if he did, he sure as hell didn't tell me. Of course he wants to live with his dad. Are you insane? There isn't a kid on the planet who wants to carry on living the life you're subjecting him to. The only reason he didn't tell you is because he's afraid you'll get mad at him. He's shy and sensitive at the best of times. There was no way he was ever going to tell you something that would clearly make you blow your top. He's been keeping everything bottled up the whole time. Bull! I bet you and Daryl put him up to saying it. Have you been brainwashing my son behind my back? I knew letting him have a phone was a mistake.
You're wrong, Mom. Grandma is telling the truth. I don't want to live with you anymore.
Huh? Rex?
I'm so sick and tired of having to put up with you. I want to live with my dad and Grandma. I know I'll be happier with them.
Rex, you can't seriously mean that. You'd abandon your own mother? What kind of lies has that woman been filling your head with? You can't trust her.
Don't insult my grandma. How can you accuse Grandma of telling me lies when you tell lies about me all the time? Not to mention all the nasty things you say about me. You made me tell her the reason we had no money left, and I had to ask Dad for money was because I was always hanging out with my friends and spending it all. But even when I lied to her, Grandma didn't believe me because she knew I wouldn't do that.
You stupid little brat. You went babbling about everything the moment she showed you a little kindness, didn't you? You gullible idiot!
You just don't get it, Mom. You don't get it because you're sick and twisted and need help.
How dare you? That is no way to speak to your mother, boy. There will be hell to pay for this.
You're not my mom anymore. Starting today, I'm going through a rebellious phase lasting the rest of my life towards you and only you. I'll never listen to another word you say.
What? I'm not joking, boy. This is serious. Who do you think gave birth to you? Show some gratitude.
It's me again. It's time to be quiet, Joanne. You're a disgrace. The bottom line is that Rex will be staying with us from now on, and that's non-negotiable. You can speak to Daryl if you have anything else to say.
No, I have things to say to you too. Stop moving things along like I have no say in the matter. I'm Rex's mom, for crying out loud.
You lost the right to be his mom when you stopped feeding him properly and forced him to go out begging for money to fund your shameful, irresponsible lifestyle. I have nothing more to say to you. You can get a hold of your own money from now on. You can't use your son as an excuse for being broke anymore. Go on, off you go to work. You wouldn't want to over-rely on anyone now, would you? Apparently, Joanne did really try to get a hold of some money by herself without relying on Rex after our last conversation. However, after being turned down by all of her friends, whose gut feelings probably told them they'd never see any money they lent her again, she had no choice but to resound to a loan shark. Which is why now she's up to her ears in debt. As for Rex, my son Darylin gladly gave him the $200 he needed to pay for his field trip. He had a blast. Daryl's new wife was happy to have Rex move in with them, and now the three of them are living happily together a long, long way from his mother. Not long after the events of today's story, Rex transferred to a school not far from his dad's house. Luckily for him, his new school hasn't been on their annual field trip at the time he transferred, which meant he got to go on 2 in 1 year. Nice timing. He had no trouble fitting in and making friends, and he told me he enjoyed his second field trip even more than the first. He had a rough time of it, so I think an extra field trip was just what he needed. Daryl tells me Rex is always out with his friends after school and on the weekends. I couldn't be happier to see him finally getting to enjoy his childhood, like all kids should. Rex and his new stepmom get on amazingly well. Me and him are still in regular contact, and judging from the content of his messages, he seems happier than ever. My house isn't far from Daryl's, so me and my grandson see each other all the time now. It warms my old heart to see him happily playing on his phone. That said, I'm trying to keep his screen time to a minimum and teach him the joys of making his own fun using his imagination. I'm so happy I get to watch my grandson grow again.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.